When you see the stars of the Pirates of the Caribbean saga, you are so overwhelmed by their talent, their acting, and by the beauty of the costumes that you take them for real characters and real pirates. And yet, these stars are above all human, like you and me. They also undergo the vagaries of time. Here's what the stars of Pirates of the Caribbean have become since the release of the last opus in 2017. You will be shocked by what happened to Keira Knightley. No need to tell you about the phenomenal career of the illustrious Johnny Depp. However, we must admit that he owes a lot to Pirates of the Caribbean. Nobody would have better interpreted the role of Jack Sparrow. Johnny Depp is aware of it. It is also one of the roles that have propelled him to the rank of American stars who have flourished in no time. But unfortunately for Johnny Depp, the success has faded a lot. See Breathless after the release of the 5th installment of the saga. Since 2017, the 59-year-old actor has not been very active. It is true that he has not been idle either, since he reappeared on the big screen in several films such as Fatal Seduction, City of Lies, Brothers in Arms, or Minamata. It must be said that he was quite busy, Johnny, to solve his heart problems. Well, heart problems that have quickly turned into a monumental legal battle. Indeed, in 2017, the actor is dragged to court by the actress Amber Heard, with whom he was married recently and who accused him of domestic violence and death threats, among other things. The actor will first lose the first trial and finally win the one in 2022. With all these problems, it is understandable why he did not have the moral or the time to take care of his career. In any case, his fans will be delighted to learn that we will see him very soon in 2023 in Jean du Barry of May Win, Louis 15. Otherwise, on the physical level, we still prefer him to the natural, don't we? Orlando Bloom became a real sensation overnight after playing Legolas in the Lord of the Rings trilogy from 2001 to 2003, a trilogy specialist. He then played the role of Will Turner in Pirates of the Caribbean, only to leave the saga in the 4th installment and return in the last one, because he wanted to devote himself to other projects, he said, a decision that he later bitterly regretted. Anyway, Orlando Bloom has fortunately not lost the coast in the meantime because he played in other blockbusters, such as The Three Musketeers, Main Street, Digging for Fire, or The Hobbit. If you want to know what projects he had talked about and wanted to devote himself to, it's basically to his role as a father. Indeed, Orlando Bloom became the father of a little boy born in 2011. Otherwise, after separating from his mom Miranda Kerr, he went through a series of one-night stands before officially getting into a relationship with singer Katy Perry in 2016. They broke up and got back together several times and will eventually stay together and have a baby girl. It must be believed that he is the kind of person who never stays on the same path, neither in his private life nor in his career. In any case, this interruption has cost him a bit, since Orlando Bloom has reappeared in the cinema only in 2020 in The Outpost, where he played Benjamin D. Keating. That's what it means not to know where you're going. Geoffrey Rush, also known as Captain Hector Barbossa, has shown in all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean films. Between the saga, the captain is not idle. He plays among others in Peter Sellers in Munich, and plays Lionel Locke, speech therapist of King George VI in The King's Speech in 2010. Seeing how he played the role of Captain Barbossa, one would not say it, but Geoffrey Rush is a real bon vivant. He lives in Camberwell, a suburb of Melbourne, and spends his time working to preserve the city's architectural heritage. In 2017, he puts on his pirate costume again and also plays in Alberto Giacometti, The Final Portrait, a year later in Storm Boy, and then will suddenly disappear from the screens. He will not give any news of him, but rest assured he will soon be back on stage in 2023 in the film Raised Eyebrows by Oren Moverman, Groucho Marx. For those who do not recognize her, it is none other than Naomi Harris, the actress who wonderfully interpreted the role of the witch Tia Dalma in the 2nd and 3rd part of the Pirates saga. A secondary role, but one that has had a great influence on her career. Since 2007, Naomi Harris has had a lot to do, so nothing to regret. Indeed, she played in several films, and that almost every year. We saw her in 2008 in Street Kings, August, the following year in Morris, A Life with Bells On, Ninja Assassin, Sex, Drugs and Rock and Roll, The Freshman, and in My Last 5 Girlfriends. She did not have time to rest as she reappeared in 2010 in Skyfall. 2 years later, the actress appeared in Mandela, in 2013 in Southpaw, in 2015 in Spectre, and in 2016, 18, 19, and 2021 in several other successful films, including Sony Venom's Spider-Man universe and in No Time to Die. The actress received several awards in 2016, including nominations for the Golden Globe, BAFTA, and the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. She was named an Officer of the Order of the British Empire in 2017 New Year's Honours for her services to the theatre. Basically, she didn't leave the saga for nothing. Otherwise, we do not notice the time spent on her, since the actress looks even more beautiful than when she appeared in The Pirates. No one can argue. This is Mackenzie Crook. Okay, you don't recognize him. It's normal. Wait. And now you recognize him? It is him who holds the famous role of Raggedy, the pirate with a glass eye, in the first 3 parts of The Pirates. In addition to this fine role, Crook is known for playing Gareth in the British version of The Office and Orl in Game of Thrones. He also created and debuted in the BBC television series Detectorists. Even though he left the saga, Mackenzie didn't roll his eyes. On the contrary, he appeared in several successful films, where he was much more presentable. In 2007, he played in I Could Never Be Your Woman, I Want Candy, the following year in 3 and Out, then in 2009 in City of Ember, in The Adventures of Tintin, and many others, but in 2018, nothing more. After appearing in Christopher Robin, the British actor has deserted the cinema screens, and we do not know why. All we know is that he currently lives with his wife in Muswell Hill and his young son Jude in the former home of Peter Sellers. For Zoe Saldana, it is not really in Pirates of the Caribbean that she knew the consecration, but rather in Avatar and many other blockbusters, like Star Trek. She then joined the Marvel Group by playing the role of Gamora, appearing in the series Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers. In Pirates of the Caribbean, Zoe Saldana had only a small role, that of Anna Maria, a pirate whose ship had been stolen by Jack Sparrow. All the years following this appearance will be fruitful years, since she made a magnificent reputation. In fact, her entire career is marked by annual releases of major films. Her last appearance was in 2022 in Avatar, The Way of the Water, where she plays Neytiri. If for many actors the Pirate saga was a real consecration, for Zoe, the secondary role was only a springboard. Otherwise, since 2013, she is the happy wife of the Italian painter and sculptor Marco Perego, with whom she had 3 children, twins and a little last born in 2016. We do not really know much about the British actor Kevin McNally, except that he played in the 5 parts of the saga where he interpreted the famous role of Joshua Gibbs. After the last opus, the actor made only 1 film appearance in 2019 in Richard Gray's Robert the Bruce and in a few successful series such as The Crown and Doctor Who, and has not been heard from again. McNally now lives happily and quietly in London, alongside actress Phyllis Logan and their 2 children. Perhaps he has already retired? This may come as a surprise to many of you, but for those of you who didn't know, the man who played the role of Captain Edward Teague, father of Jack Sparrow, is none other than the famous guitarist of the rock band The Rolling Stones, Keith Richards. I understand that you didn't recognize him in this funny outfit. Keith Richards played in 2 parts of the saga, the 3rd and the 4th. For the anecdote, Johnny Depp was inspired by him for his character. That's why it is Richards who plays Teague Sparrow. He was supposed to play this role in the 2nd part before the project was cancelled. Needless to say that his field of predilection to him is more the song than the cinema. Nevertheless, he played in several films before his appearance in The Pirates and even after. We saw him in 2016 in the series Supernatural Season 12, where he played his own character. It seems that the saga has a great influence on his personal choices, since the 78-year-old guitarist has acquired a house in the Caribbean. in addition to a house in White Plains near New York and an apartment in New York and a house in the United Kingdom. It is undoubtedly the Pirates of the Caribbean effect. Davy Jones is undoubtedly one of the most outstanding roles of the saga. He is a pirate cursed by Calypso, the goddess of the ocean, who spends his time destroying ships that cross his path and subjugating for eternity the survivors who submit to him. He may look monstrous to you, but in reality, he looks like this. And yes, it's Bill Nighy. His reputation as an excellent actor precedes his name, since he has been seen in the biggest film projects, both feature films and series. On the other hand, we have only seen him in 2 parts of the Pirates saga, probably because he had to be very busy. It is thanks to this role that he increases his notoriety as a bad guy. The effect of the saga was right for him, because in 2009 we find him in the comedy Good Morning England, where he plays the role of a pirate radio boss who broadcasts from a boat off the English coast. In 2010, he played in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, The English Murders, in The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel, About Time, and many other projects. He was also awarded Best Supporting Actor by the Utah Film Critics Association. Today, he is 72 years old, has all his teeth, and best of all, is still fresh and dashing. Ian McShane, also known Edward Teach or Blackbeard, played this role in Pirates of the Caribbean, on Stranger Tides, a role that allowed him to climb the ladder and take on very serious roles in other famous films and series. We cite Game of Thrones, Hercules, John Wick, or The Hollow Point. His last appearance was in 2020 when he played in Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. The 79-year-old actor will make a comeback in 2023 in John Wick Chapter 4, still with his famous role Winston. In any case, on the physical point, he looks younger than in the saga in 2011. Keira Knightley is a very popular actress in American cinema, especially for her exceptional talents and great sensitivity. With tons of films and awards under her belt, the actress' talents are no longer up for debate. Since her first appearance in the saga in 2003, the actress has had a flourishing career, especially in historical films, where she has brilliantly interpreted well-known roles that have earned her a worldwide reputation, such as Pride and Prejudice, Anna Karenina, The Duchess, and many others. In short, a series of films incredibly successful for the young actress. The role in The Pirates was only a springboard for a very successful career. On the other hand, the one who plays Elizabeth Swann in the saga has known since then a real descent into hell by making repeated depressions and living births and postpartum quite complicated. Rest assured, the mother of Eddie and Delia, whom she had with musician James Wrighton, feels much better today. Let's hope that she will be back on the scene very soon. Now, tell us in the comments how you find the stars of Pirates of the Caribbean years after the release of the saga. And don't forget to subscribe and click here to watch another of our videos.